guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading, we'll be doing the general reading for the month of December 2017. Hard to believe that we are entering the last month of the year. This year certainly seems to have gone by very quickly. Just a couple of announcements before we actually get into the reading. First of all, for today's reading, I will be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. I'll pull one additional card from the Soul's Journey Lesson Card deck by James van Praagh. If I need to clarify anything, I will probably use the Sibylla's, or I might use the Shadowscapes Tarot deck. But I will leave all of the information on the decks that I use in the reading in the description box below the video. These are, just to remind everybody, these are general readings for each of the astrological signs. So the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way that you can really get, a personalized reading that really focuses on you and what's going on specifically in your life is by ordering a private reading. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, all of the information can be found on my website. That is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You can also email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. And just to let you know, during the month of December, I will put out, in addition to this general reading, I will put out the mid-monthly reading focusing on love and career and finance. And I will put out one additional video for the upcoming years. That will be a special 2018 preview focusing on the energy surrounding us for each of the months of 2018. And that will be for each of the astrological signs. So be looking out for that as well. And I'm wishing everybody a wonderful month. This is a month with lots of holidays. It's the holiday season. So I'm sending much love and light your way. Okay, give me 1 second and I will be right back with the shuffle. See you in a minute. Hi Capricorn, how are you? Hope you're having a wonderful month. I'm here today for your December general reading. I have already meditated off camera and have shuffled off camera as well, but I'll give the deck a few more shuffles here. So Spirit, what does Capricorn need to know? What are the messages for Capricorn, December 2017? Okay, I've been shuffling a lot. That feels right. Okay, let's get into it, Capricorn. So we have at the center of the reading, nice, Ace of Wands. Crossed by, let me move these over 1 second. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands crossed by the Moon card, Major Arcana. The foundation of the reading, number 3 of the Major Arcana, the Empress. In the past position, the Two of Wands. Crowning your reading, the Nine of Swords, in the future position, Major Arcana number 14, Temperance. You in the reading are the Nine of Wands. Your surrounding energy, so the energy in your environment, the Five of Cups. Your hopes and fears, number 21 of the Major Arcana, the World card. And the outbound energy, the Two of Pentacles. And the energy, or the card at the bottom of the deck, the Six of Cups. So that will be the overall energy for the month of December for you, Capricorn. Okay, let me pull one card from the Soul's Journey deck. Spirit, one additional message for the Earth sign Capricorn for the month of December 2017. What does Capricorn need to hear? What are the messages for Capricorn? One additional, okay, that one came out. Oh, yes, and I see this with the World card. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Very nice. And we do have new beginnings and endings in the reading that I'll get to. And this Soulful Woman card. So Spirit, what additional message do you have for Capricorn, the Earth sign Capricorn, for the month of December? What does Capricorn need to hear? Please give us one additional message for the Earth sign Capricorn for the month of December. Okay. And we have being with discomfort. This is card number 31. Okay, give me 1 second to set everything up here, Capricorn, and I'll be right back with the meaning for the reading. Right, Capricorn, so I think I will pull, I set everything up here. I think I'll just pull clarifiers on the Nine of Swords using the Tarot-scopes, the Shadowscapes Tarot. So, Spirit, what additional messages do you have to clarify the Nine of Swords for Capricorn? What is this Nine of Swords in a crowning position for Capricorn for the month of December? What does Capricorn need to know about the Nine of Swords? Okay. Cards are so slippery. All right, and we have the first card out on the Nine of Swords, the Two of Wands. We have the Two of Wands in the past position here, and this comes up in the past position of the clarifiers. So that's a repeated card. So anytime we have a repeated card like that, the message definitely wants to come through. We have the second card is Major Arcana number 8, Strength. And the last card, is another Ace. We have the Ace of Wands at the beginning, so at the middle, so new beginnings here. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. All right, so let me, I will get to that card and explain the clarifiers once I get to it, but let me go ahead and, sorry for reaching across you. Okay, let's get started with the overall energy for this month, and it's the Six of Cups, and this energy does seem to come up a lot over, the holiday period, because it's a cup that has to do with, Cups energy is emotions and feelings, and the Six of Cups is a card that oftentimes appears when we are interacting with or meeting up with, old friends and family. So if you're going home for the holidays, seeing relatives that you haven't seen in a while, meeting up with friends that you haven't seen in a while, it's a card of nostalgia. It's a card of looking back on the past, but sometimes it can be with kind of rose-colored glasses, right? So there is that not negative side to it, but you know how sometimes when you think back on things from the past, sometimes we look back on them with these rose-colored glasses and thinking that, everything was so much more wonderful than it actually was at the time. So it's that type of energy as well. But it, this could just be remembering something happy from the past, reconnecting with people from the past, or, just you kind of see the woman, she's looking back onto this child, right? So sort of looking back onto her and her childhood and, kind of things that she has experienced before heading forward here, right, on her path, sort of into the unknown. So this could be you just feeling more nostalgic, right, at this time of the year or during this month of December, and possibly reevaluating, looking back on things as you prepare to move on and move ahead and embark on new projects and adventures. And I see that coming up here in the reading. So let's get into the main reading. We have the Ace of Wands at the center. I love that. Crossed by the moon. So the Ace of Wands, this is fire energy. And the fire suit in the tarot has to do with creativity. It has to do with our determination and ambition and courage and strength. Many times we think of it as our, the day-to-day things that we do. So our work, any artistic or any projects that you're involved in. And it's also, it's a very fiery, ambitious, passionate type of energy. Well, with the aces are always yes cards, right? They are the big yes card in the tarot. And the Ace of Wands can represent a new creative venture, since we're talking about work or creativity. This could be a new job offer. This could be a new opportunity, or for something that's going to be very exciting for you, something you're going to feel very excited about. And it really just sort of encourages us to move forward with whatever this new opportunity is, with this goal, with confidence, right? With confidence. And it's time to kind of harness all of that creative energy, move forward, put our fears aside, and really prepare to embark on this new, whatever this new project or job or creative endeavor is. And just know that, it's going to work out for us, because if we think of the traditional tarot deck, it has the, it's the rod being sort of offered out of the cloud, out of the sky. It's the hand of the universe, or the divine hand, kind of offering you this wonderful new opportunity. So, it's divinely blessed. It's divinely guided. So, wonderful card. New energy at the center of the reading. And what it's crossed by, so what could possibly, either help or hinder, is the Moon card. And the Moon card is a major arcana card. And this is a card that it has to do with things not being entirely clear, right? We think of the Sun card as the card that shines light onto a situation, or, if there's something we're trying to figure out or trying to find out an answer on something, the Sun comes in and illuminates everything, or illuminates the surroundings, so brings in clarity. The Moon doesn't do that, right? The Moon it casts shadows. We see only part of the truth, or part of the situation. And so what we are called to do when we see the Moon card is we're really called to tap into our psychic abilities, our intuition, pay attention to our dreams, right? Also the subconscious, or dreams that we might be having, and really sort of also it's a card that asks us to face our past fears. And I get, with her looking back to the past here and then facing past fears, I feel that we need to do that in order to continue on with this journey, and so I, just be mindful of that, because there is this beautiful new opportunity coming in, and be mindful so as not to sort of sabotage that, even if you don't mean to, to be doing it. But sometimes our fears, they can do that. They can hinder our progress. So just keep that in mind as we work through the rest of the cards here. The foundation for the reading is another major arcana card, the Empress. This is number 3. And you have, let's see, how many major arcanas do we have here? Sorry, I didn't pay attention to that in the beginning. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So half of our reading is comprised of major arcana cards. So this is it looks like a pretty important month for you, Capricorn. Definitely divinely guided, divine inspiration, divine orchestration at play here. So so with the Empress is all about, it's expansive energy, right? It's all about giving birth to new projects, and it's beginnings of things. Much like with the Ace of Wands at the center of the reading, the Empress is all about it's a very fertile energy. So this could have to do with pregnancy. So if you're looking to get pregnant during the month of December. There's a card in here at the foundation that shows that there is that energy surrounding you. If you're not, then be careful. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that. Yes, she is. She does represent this beautiful, the Earth Mother. She's this very caring mother figure here, and she's obviously shown as being pregnant here. But it's all about abundance, right? There's a lot of, expansive energy and abundance surrounding her. We have all of the fruit on the trees and the beautiful, all of the wheat growing behind her. So she is about fertility, but it's also about, projects. If we think of like in the work environment or a new creative project, it's about the beginning of that. So something really, giving birth to a new creative project, having a new job appear and that really taking off. It's a new energy, and there's definite room, or there's a room, not room for growth, but there's definitely growth involved in this. In the past, you have the Two of Wands. Okay, so you have the Ace of Wands at the center, and then the Two of Wands in the past position shows me that, there was some type of choice to be made, and you did make that choice. This could have had to have done with your career, right? And typically the Two of Wands, it's all about, if you think of like the two paths in a wood and dividing and trying to figure out which path is going to be the best one for you to take. And, when this card appears, we are asked to, to choose one of them, choose one and really stick with it and work hard at it. Because if we think of the card that comes after the Two of Wands, which is the Three of Wands, again, expansive energy, it's all about waiting for that return on investment. So whatever hard work that you put in and the decisions that you made with the Two of Wands, you get the results, or you get sort of back what you put into it with the Three of Wands. So it is a card that represents taking matters into your own hands, sort of being courageous, making a choice and then just sticking with it and really investing of yourself, investing of your time, your energy, your enthusiasm. So this is in the past. Now, the card that I pulled the clarifiers on is the only, negative card out of the spread. It's the Nine of Swords. And many times this is known as the nightmare card because it's the card that is associated with, being kept up late at night by negative thoughts or worries or anxieties. So not being able to sleep properly, being up in bed, with all of these negative thoughts kind of flying around your head. But again, this is swords energy. So swords energy has to do with our thoughts, right? This cerebral energy, our thoughts, and how our thoughts are sort of influence and affect our lives. Well, the Nine of Swords, we see that the woman, she's laying in the cold snow. There are all the swords sort of behind her there. She's feeling very, very down, very sort of full of regret and anguish. And she's kind of just paralyzed, right? She's sort of paralyzed by fear or paralyzed by doubt, feeling as though she is unable to move on, right? And we see that, that around her, the birds surrounding her, the ravens, they just are kind of looking at her, waiting for her to, to make a move, to pick up this last sword and move on. But she doesn't. But it really is, it's her own doing, right? It's her thoughts that are keeping her trapped here, that are keeping her up at night. So this could have to do with, being very worried about, if this is a new job, this could just be you, worrying almost unnecessarily about beginning this new job, or, could have to do with whatever this, decision was. And obviously this is a general reading, so, very difficult to pinpoint what this choice or decision would have been. But it's, what's on your mind, crowning this reading are your concerns, your worries about that. So the cards that I pulled, again, in the past position, the Two of Wands. So exactly like we had in the past position here. So the choice and the need to make the choice, the decision. In the present, there's the Strength card, which is associated with the sign of Leo, but it also has to do with having that, that inner strength to make it through whatever you're dealing with. And then the Ace of Pentacles. So this does feel more like, a sort of career or job or finance related, because we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the new offer, this new offer that is typically associated with finances or career, something material, because it's pentacles. So I believe that this, you have been, or what you have on your mind is this new offer here, right? Most likely to do with a career or something that has to do with, money or finances. And what's coming up in the future is a major arcana Temperance. So this is a card that tells you that, everything will come together in divine timing, right? There needs to be balance. And the future card, interesting, because the future card and the outbound energy both have to do with balance and the need to find balance. So the Temperance card, you can see that there's this balance, right? She's pouring the water into the other chalice, and there's fire in the other chalice, and there needs to be this, this perfect balance of each to keep them both going at the same time. And the Temperance card just asks us to, trust in the divine timing of the universe, and to understand that things don't happen on our time, right? Time is just a human construct anyway, right? We know that. And so, sometimes we might think that, okay, it's the perfect time for something to happen, but it might not be, right? In the great scheme of things, right? The universe might have different plans. And so there's balance needed, moderation needed, right? And there's this waiting here, right? We need to wait and have balance, in order for there to be this harmony, and in order for whatever it is we're waiting on to happen. Now, you appear as the Nine of Wands. No, this is not your energy, Capricorn, right? You are Earth energy, so you're Pentacles. But this could be just you taking on the energy, or this is just the situation that you are facing right now, right? You in the present. And the Nine of Wands has to do with it's fire energy, so it is to do with, daily activities and work and that type of things. But the Nine of Wands, more than anything, it's about having to remain strong, right? And we also have the Courage card here, right? And we have the lion on the Strength card, and we have the lion appearing here on the Nine of Wands card, because it's telling you that you need to stay strong. And the 9, it's nearly at the end of the cycle, right? We know that tens are the end of the cycle in the minor arcana. And the 10 of Wands is, it's the end of that particular phase. And then what comes in after the 10 is the Ace of Wands, so new beginnings. The 9 it shows that you're nearly there. So you're nearly, which goes along with the Temperance and the waiting, right? You're nearly at where you need to be to embark on this new beginning. But it's like there's one more hurdle that you have to, jump over, or one more thing that you have to deal with before this can happen. So yes, it's a card of defensiveness, of being, making sure that you are kind of watching out for yourself. We see that there are wands surrounding the person, but it's also a card of patience, right? And it's also a card of perseverance. So we have to sort of watch and wait and, be cautious, be prepared for anything. And, one more thing might happen to kind of knock us down. We might have to face one last, hurdle or road bump, bump in the road before we get to wherever we're going. But just remain focused, right? Just keep your eye on the prize here. And with the Five of Cups in your surroundings, the Five of Cups is a card that talks of being or feeling emotionally unfulfilled, right? Really focusing on kind of the negative and what you don't have, and maybe a loss that you experienced, in the past, and not paying attention to new things that you have around you, and new opportunities that might be coming in. You see that, again, this is cups energy, so emotions, feelings, and the woman, she's really, she has her eyes kind of closed here, and she's looking down, only paying attention to the 3 cups that have spilled out into this water, right, into this lake or wherever she's sitting. And so she's so focused on this loss, on what she doesn't have, right, on what she lost here with these 3 cups, that she doesn't even notice these 2 beautiful chalices, representing sort of the 2 of cups, which is the soulmates card, that are floating around her. So it's a card of needing to pay attention to new opportunities that might be coming in, right, and be open to those new opportunities that are coming, and not focus on what you don't have now, what didn't work out, right? Pay attention to these 2 new things, because there are definitely new things coming in with the Ace of Wands here, the Ace of Pentacles, and then moving to the hopes and fears. There are new things, right? You have the World card as your hopes and fears. And so what you're hoping for, I would say, is this new start, right? And the World card is number 21 of the Major Arcana. It's the last card in the Major Arcana. And much like I was talking about here with the endings of cycles, it is the end of the Fool's journey. The Fool in the Major Arcana is the 0 card. And he is the one who is embarking upon this new journey. And the World is the culmination of his journey. So it's a card of sort of understanding. You've completed a major chapter, a major cycle in your life, right? And now you're ready. There is this promise, this new beginning there, and and you're ready for that, right? You've kind of come full circle here. And you're sitting here, you're feeling very, you're poised, you're relaxed. And there's also, I get the balance, right? I feel balance on this card. I see the balancing act going on here, moderation and balance. And then again with the balance of the 2 of Pentacles. So there's a message coming through of needing to remain balanced during this time. Even though I feel as though, you're very excited about this new, whatever this new offer is, this new opportunity, you do need to remain sort of grounded and balanced, and also have patience, right? It is coming. It might not come at the beginning of the month. This might be something that, happens more towards the end of December, moving into 2018. So that's something to, pay attention, watch out for when I post the 2018 readings, the overview for the upcoming year, to see how this plays out in the first few months of the year. This might not happen until for 2 months, maybe. So maybe going into January, February. So you might hear about a new job, but maybe this is just the interview, right? Maybe you still have to make it through a round of interviews before you can embark on this new career, which isn't going to happen for another 2 months. But with the 2 of Pentacles, this is a card that speaks of balance. You see that the woman, she is on tippy toes. She's balancing, juggling the 2 Pentacles. So, it's a card that asks for moderation and balance, much like the Temperance. But it's more about finding that balance in your life between, for example, your work and your home life, your, school and work, or, between your family and your friends. It's that type of thing. Finding that, whatever that balance means for you, it's the need for balance. This could be just needing to keep your finances balanced, right? Needing not to spend too much over the next month, and as you're moving into whatever this new thing is, to keep your finances more balanced. So juggling everything, all the issues that life can bring in, and also maintaining a balanced sort of outlook as you work through all of this. But definite new things coming in, and that's echoed also by the card here. We have the Death card. Let me read you that one first. Usually for the oracle cards, I read from the guidebook. So the the Death card says, let me find it. It says, death is an illusion. It's a fact of life that the human body we use to travel the earth must eventually stop working. It's not meant to exist forever. The energy and consciousness that inhabited that body is free, and returns to its natural home, but it never abandons us. Learn to view death as merely a change, and everything must change, because stagnancy extinguishes progress. The same is true for a relationship or a career. A soul lesson may be completed, and it is time to move beyond this point of familiarity and expand into new horizons of learning and development. This is a wonderful opportunity to thank those other souls in your life who have shared part of your path and taught you so much. And I think that this really resonates with the new job, the expansion, right? The expanding into new horizons of learning and development, new options coming in here with this Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the World card showing this ending, right? It is an ending of a major cycle. So very in tune with the reading. The other card that we have is card number 31 from the Soulful Woman deck, and it's called Being with Discomfort. And this card says, beneath any pain I may feel, my soul essence awaits me. When I am stirred up, hurt, or thrown off balance, again that word balance, I resist running away from my tears or anger. Instead, I allow myself to sink deeper and deeper within myself, and a shift inevitably takes place. I reach my inner light, pure and luminous, still there, still intact. It is as pure as the day I was born, shining, resilient, brilliant, like a diamond. So this one, I think it has to do with, I feel like it's linked with the Moon card, the Temperance card. I feel this kind of energy that you're ready to move on. You want to move on, but you're being called to, listen to yourself, right? Tap into this inner voice of yours, and deal with, yes, sometimes it is a little uncomfortable, right? Being with discomfort. It is uncomfortable for us to, if we're ready to move on, and say we do get one job interview and then we don't hear back from the company and we're waiting. That's, it's uncomfortable because we want to just move on and we feel that we're ready to move on. But it's asking us to, just remain balanced, trust in divine timing. New things are definitely on the horizon for you, Capricorn. And just try to be with discomfort. Try to find yourself, find that inner voice, be at peace, find harmony, find balance as you work your way through this, whatever this, world and this death, this ending, as you prepare for the new beginning. So I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. Remember that this is a general message. So if the messages didn't resonate, you could check out I encourage you to check out your rising sign and your moon sign in addition to your sun sign. That will give you a more sort of a better overview of the month. And again, if you'd like a personal reading, please do contact me. And I will be back very soon with your mid-monthly reading for December and also the yearly reading for, the overview for 2018. Take care and know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.